Hello. Get the volume turned up here a little bit. So how is everybody doing? Carrie Hyatt.
Birthday girl.
Mary's Vegetable Garden. Hi, Smudge. Let's see, who else is in here? John Ames. Happy holidays to you. Well, I trust everybody had a wonderful Christmas.
Carrie got some cool birthday presents today. Ask her what she got for her birthday.
Carrie?
Carrie.
Carrie?
Carrie.
Carrie.
K-I-R-I.
Carrie. Am I not saying that correctly? Carrie, is your name Carrie? Carrie? Well, hello. I've been told to ask you what you might have opened for your birthday today.
You didn't open it. I didn't say she opened it.
Oh, I'm to inquire what you received for your birthday today. So I take it you're a Christmas baby. Oh, we had a very nice Christmas day. We went to Sherry's son's house and ate some more. And ate some more. And we brought some home. So it's been a food day. Ghost Mafia.
Yep, see? Carrie got baby goats for her birthday.
Baby goats. Ghost Mafia. Well, thank you very much for stopping in. We certainly appreciate having you. Baby goats for your birthday. All right, well, I guess...
So that should make 4, because I think her other goat had 2 just last week.
Well, I guess now the question is, what kind of goats are they?
Billy goats?
Hmm?
Billy goats?
Well, I don't know if they're billy goats. I think billy goats just kind of refers to the sex of the goat, doesn't it?
Don't look at me. I'm the last person. But I think pretty sure now she has 4 baby goats.
4 baby goats. Wee Tree, thank you for stopping in. Always good to have you. Yes, everybody sing Carrie a happy birthday today, I guess. You still have a long version. Okay, well, we'll have to check that out.
A billy goat is a breeding buck. I never knew.
Does that make him a horny goat?
Well, I think bucks usually have goats to have horns, don't they?
Well, I guess I wasn't referring to headwear.
Oh, so this one had a male and a female. I think last week's there were 2 female, 2 does.
I guess I mean,
See, I keep up with this.
it's amazing to me the similarity between the definitions of the goats and deer, doe and buck.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what else is does and bucks. I don't know. Two of your goats kidded on December the 17th.
That means they gave birth.
Oh, gave birth. I thought they were telling jokes.
Yeah.
Where, Cher is right here beside me.
I just went behind you and waved. That's why I did that.
Oh, she just snuck in behind me.
Goats and deers are cousins.
There, I'll turn her microphone up a little bit.
You don't have to.
Well, I know I don't have to, but
Oh, and on December 17th, which was her mom's birthday, that's when her other goat had the babies. Cool. Daryl has a birthday next month.
I never knew that goats and deer were cousins. Who's the uncles? Or aunts? Do you ever have an Aunt Doe? Or an Aunt Buck? I guess an Aunt Buck. No.
No, I've heard of Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck?
Uncle Buck. tell Daryl's not a farmer, right?
No, no, I'm not a farmer. Although when I was young, my next door neighbor, his grandparents had a dairy farm, and I did get to spend a little bit of time at that dairy farm. And they had, I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 100. I think they call them head of cattle. The rest of the bodies were there as well. And they milked them twice a day. I remember it being a lot of work, and I remember going out and baling hay. I mean, they did some actual crops and so forth as well. And I got drug into that thing, you know, because I was young and had a friend, and we always wanted to help. I got into that free labor thing. So I've been around farm animals. I've been around some farms. I have thrown my share of cow patties and stepped in a few as well. So, and we still have some dogs that some people would say are the size of livestock.
Got that right. Well, Carrie has a peer. She knows all well about how big they are.
Yep, Carrie has a peer.
Yeah, she has a peer.
Yeah, we currently have 2 Great Pyrenees and 1 half-breed. That's a Great Pyrenee and St. Bernard. And, of course, you all know him as Smudge.
Oh, she has 2 peers. I'm sorry.
2 peer.
I tried talking her into making a 4, and she wouldn't go for it.
She doesn't want to have a foursome?
And they don't want to have a foursome. Cow patties is fire making. Okay.
I guess I need more explanation, Wheatree. I know it's good for the garden if it's not too hot. You got to kind of leave it compost for a while. You're just the voice in the background.
Well, Marie said it's not the same if I can see you. I'm back. I hide on Tuesdays.
I'm going to try to make...
You'll get the evil eye if you do.
No, I'm trying to make the chat bigger over here in this other monitor so I can actually see it.
Miss Brenda.
Ah. Brenda, thank you for the picture. We're going to get that incorporated into our advertisements for our T-shirts.
Range cooks always use the dried cow patties to get a good fire going.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever eat on the range again.
Not
that I have before, but that
I didn't know that.
Stopped me from wanting to do that.
Brenda,
we can send you a notice if you want. Which one would you like? Electric company, gas company, phone company? Yeah, that's it, Rosalie. You got it. Most people don't anyway.
Well, Carrie, did you ring our bell? I don't know. I've heard a lot of creators saying that YouTube's notification system has really gone haywire here.
Yeah, you almost have to undo it and redo it. It's just a pain.
And I did notice that Carrie stopped into our music stream much earlier today, and it wasn't playing. And I appreciate that. Next time, though, you can call us up and say, hey, you got a problem with your stream, because we had absolutely no idea. When I play that, I don't monitor it right off. And
and for those that keep up with it, Andy will now be eating tofu. He hit 500 subscribers.
Can you guys hear her okay? Do I need to turn her mic up a little bit because she's not pulled it up in front of her? So anyway, did everybody get new computers and new software and all that stuff for Christmas? Jim Beer, good evening.
Turn her face on.
Now, let me see. Let me see here.
I moved the microphone over. I don't want my face on.
You don't want your face on.
Nope.
She does not want her face displayed tonight. I don't know why. She looks beautiful as always.
Why are you kissing up?
VW Farm, good evening.
Brenda, same here. I got that also. Yeah, Carrie you got reindeer socks though, didn't you, Carrie? You got goats and slippers and reindeer socks.
Wait a minute.
VW Farm. Yep. Internet still sucks. You got that right. Excuse me, stinks. See there, I bought him something, Brenda, and he doesn't wear it.
I'm wearing it. It just...
Well, wouldn't it be easier if you put your headset over it?
I don't know. Is that what you're supposed to do?
Oh, what are you asking me for? I don't know. Oh, slipper socks. Okay, gotcha, Carrie.
Slipper socks, one item. You got an RV?
Whoa.
Do tell. What did you get?
Oh, Rosalie's son and husband got new laptops for Hanukkah.
Great.
Hanukkah man didn't gift us with any laptops. Daryl's is dying already.
Well, I don't know if it's all ready or not. I mean, these are...
They're only 4 years old.
They're 4 years old in the...
You abuse yours. You have a lot of stuff on yours.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on mine.
I want to hear about Wee Tree's RV.
Yes, me too.
Oh, Paul got a new log splitter. Didn't Danny get a log splitter?
Danny got a log splitter.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
So, are you guys going to pull your log splitter down for the gathering and have a split off?
A split off.
You will do.
There you go, Jim. I hear you.
Well, Wheatree, just tell me what you got. I mean, yeah, absolutely, do a video on it one day, but we're a little curious.
Smudge, shut up. Wow, you look at the list Ben got. DeWalt's saw grinder kit. Wow.
Oh,
woo-hoo.
It's either my eyes or maybe they missed a letter or something. But I'm looking at VW Farm's comment
does say
from
still.
here, and it says still, and I'm thinking I've never heard of a DeWalt still.
Isn't that what you use to make moonshine?
Well, yeah, and
Okay.
I'm just wondering, what
Okay.
ramifications of.
Wee Tree's not telling us anything about it until she does the video.
Well, can you not even tell us? Is it a
Yeah.
is it a tag along, or is it a fifth wheel, or is it 45 foot long, or 20, or?
Rosalie has a log splitter. It's called an axe. The drill. DeWalt drill.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
but
The still sounds a lot better.
I was going to say I've never heard of it.
Well, maybe if Ben gets it started now, by the time their meetup comes in April, we can have one heck of a party there.
I don't think it takes that long with a still.
That's what I'm saying. We can have a heck of a party.
Oh, it's a Class C, so it's a motorhome. All right.
Ooh, one of them drive-alongs like Karen and Jeff had.
Yeah. Well,
Sky, well, I asked for my 2 front teeth, but Santa said I was being greedy.
now, if I'm not mistaken, the Class C, this is the type that has like the truck type front end, and
Hey, getting started.
the shell behind it, and like over the cab.
Serenity
maybe.
Mountain, hello. So far, we haven't done any video editing. We're just sort of all sitting here chatting and BSing.
Well, yeah, we're after all, it is Christmas. We want to.
That's right.
Somebody got a couple new laptops here,
Yeah.
and
Rosanna got a box of pen paint and a box of rocks. Well, you didn't get any coal, so I suppose that's okay.
So yeah,
Waitree says yes. That's what.
Yep. Okay, so I was correct on that. So what kind of laptops did y'all get?
And Waitree, you're in Canada, right? Am I correct? When you go get your license next month, I have to find out how I can do that thing because my license isn't ready to be renewed yet. Aw, thank you, Marie. Yeah, getting started. I took a picture of it and I already sent it to Dawn and Andy. And he's bringing his smoker to Dawn's this coming weekend because he's going to be there for New Year's. And he is making bacon-wrapped smoked tofu. So yes, he already knows about it. I made sure of it.
Am I seeing this right? A 4-second video? That ought to be good for 100% watch time.
Wait a minute. You were supposed to make 7-layer cookies. What do you mean a 4-second video? You know where I'm going right now, right? I'm going to check this out.
Rosanna, my dog is your laptop.
Sky,
Nice.
Sky, there's no videos on your channel. Oh, that's why. It's private. Gotcha.
Rosanna, you need to send us a picture of your dog as a laptop, and we will promote that next Monday night.
Brenda had an RV, but they needed a tractor more.
Well,
They got Samsung Chromebooks.
Okay.
And VW and Ben has HP 15-inch touchscreen. I can touch my screen.
Yeah, ours are. Sherry and I have a pair of matching laptops. They're Dells, and they're the all-in-ones. All-in-ones? 2 for 1? I don't know, but they are. It's touchscreen. They're quad-core Inspiron 15s. So they're 4 years ago. They were pretty good, but as she says, I use this one pretty heavy.
Oh, that was quick and one of the fastest videos I've ever seen.
You mean you've already watched the whole thing?
She said it was 4 seconds. It's 4 seconds. She was just trying to learn how to see.
All right, everybody in here, you got to go see this 4-second video. Let's get her a lot of thumbs up and a lot of watch time on 4 seconds.
I just put the link in.
Oh, you're coming home from... So you're on the road, Rosalie.
Yeah, we went to my son's earlier. He called earlier today and said, "Would you like to come for dinner?"
Well...
So we did. We had a very nice afternoon.
Yep, sure did.
The 2-year-old was full of piss and vinegar. Good Lord, was he full of piss and vinegar.
Well, there's 4 of them and Sherry and myself, so there was a total of...
Excuse me, there's 4 of them? I don't know. Where I went to school, that means 5.
I am not counting the 2-year-old as a full-size person.
He still counts. I don't know the way that 2-year-old eats.
But anyway, they had...
There he is. Mr. Andy, the Tofu King.
They had approximately 11 foot of table that we all set out to eat, and it had food from end to end. There was ham, there was turkey, there was
mashed potatoes,
scallop potatoes,
corn casserole,
green bean casserole.
Yams with marshmallows.
Candy yams with marshmallows.
With giant marshmallows. Hey, cat lover.
It was just incredible. We sat there and
Oh,
ate for
we
hours.
treat this little 2-year-old. I looked at my son, and this is my youngest, and Sean was the smallest of all 3 of my children, and now he's the biggest of all 3 of my children, and his 2-year-old, which is his youngest, is a mini-me.
Yes. Yes, we do feel like going into a food coma.
Good Lord, yes.
We actually brought some home so we could continue this coma.
Yeah, we treat Daryl. The 2-year-old kids have energy of 6 adults. Yes, he does. Oh my gosh, he does. We took him the weekend before Halloween. We took all 3 of the children. Celia's 13, Kaylee is 9, and Anthony is 2. We took them camping with us at the campground that we belonged to, and it was a Halloween weekend there.
Yep.
And he was very good. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better 2-year-old for that weekend. But he had a riot. But yeah, enough energy for 6 people. Ooh, that's right, Brenda. You told me you were making lasagna today.
We treat grilled steaks.
Ooh, that sounds good too. Yeah, we have leftovers, Ben. I doubt if we're going to. I'm definitely not heating them up tonight.
Oh, do we have leftovers?
Yeah, I'm with you, Jim. I like lasagna. Ooh, Sky had pot roast. I think we all need to get some sort of community going, and then we can go from house to house.
And just go into food comas? Is that
Go,
what you're talking
yeah,
about?
yeah. You need a house in the middle where you can just sort of lean back and rest, and then start all over again.
Jim, I see you're
Roots and Refuge. Hello there.
Jim, I see you're heading toward Duncan 1900, but are you heading north, south, east, west?
Ooh, casserole for dinner. Ham, potatoes, and ooh, I love asparagus. Oh. One of the stores had it last week. It was $3.99 a pound. Crazy if they think I'm going to buy asparagus $3.99 a pound.
So, Roots and Refuge, how was your Christmas?
Very busy.
Yeah, we
Well, hollers are still there, aren't they, Jess? Ham all day long. Brenda, you always have buffering out there.
Oh, you're about to eat. Well, also they're having a late dinner because
Yes,
I think
that's
they're
what
an
I
hour
thought.
behind
That
us.
I thought that they were still going to be there today. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful dinner. I hope you're having a wonderful Merry Christmas. Oi, 14 kids. But they're all about the same age, aren't they? So they all have
Well,
somebody to play with.
Is Ethan there too? It's 180 degrees from
That's
average.
right.
Is he there
Ethan's
too?
supposed to be there also. That would be a cool get together.
So, Jess, are you running a bed and breakfast there? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, cat level. When it's $1.99, I buy it like 5 bunches at a time.
Had 2 get-togethers. So you're stuffed.
Yep, so they have hollers there and 180 degrees. So Ethan and his family is there. That's cool. That is, I think it's so neat that you can have people over from the YouTube community and do that. I mean, we have people that are relatively close to us and haven't gone to any of their places.
And Ben and Andrea's not that far from them either.
Right,
I mean,
they're half an hour. Right. Yep. Well, you all have a wonderful dinner. Tell everybody we said hi and give hugs all around, Jess. Serenity, the doctor told you had to lose 80 pounds. Did you ask the doctor if he was going to go on the weight loss with you? That's right.
Oh my.
Yeah, 14 kids. That's a camp. They outnumber the adults. They would have to.
Well,
Is it three families? I don't know if it's Ben or Andrea. It's just the three families, so 6 adults and 14 children. At least the kids have somebody to play with. Keep them busy.
So anyway.
Yep, basketball team. You got that. Exactly. Couple of soccer teams.
Well, we know where some of you are from, but why don't y'all just type in where, what state you're in, and kind of introduce yourself to everybody else in the room here. We're just kind of having a little chit chat. I don't have anything planned here for this evening. Nobody sent me any emails that they were having any problems, and
we can talk to Andy about how he's going to cook his tofu. Hey, Christy.
We could do that.
That's right.
Kentucky.
Getting started on Homestead. He's the one who gave the rabbits to Sammy.
Yes. Washington State, Florida, Texas Hill Country. Is that... Okay, I don't know what Texas Hill Country is. Is that North Texas, West Texas, East Texas, South Texas? I'm just curious. Southwest Indiana, but grew up in Pittsburgh. Oh, you probably went right past our house then, getting to Southwest Indiana.
Weed Tree, it was a thing between him and Allie that when he hit 500 subscribers, he had to eat tofu. He hit 500 subscribers today. So apparently he's taking his smoker to Dawn's this weekend and making bacon-wrapped smoked tofu.
We went out and created 75 new accounts and subscribed to him. No, I'm just kidding.
How to turn 30-plus video clips of almost an hour of video, edit down quickly. There you go. Carrie has a subject for you.
Okay. Well, let me ask you first, Carrie. Are they all related to the same thing? Or do you have 30 different topics you're trying to put into one? Wait a minute.
Yeah, Jim, we're only 3 hours from Pittsburgh.
Depends on how you drive. Or which side of Pittsburgh you're talking. I'm going to work tomorrow, throwing all the sugar out. Well, why are you throwing all the sugar out?
To lose weight. It's on one specific subject, goat kidding.
Okay, Texas Hill Country is a specific area of Texas. I'm going to have to look that up.
Ben's asking you a question.
Do many people use... I have used it on occasion. The majority of the time I do not. Our camcorder has a stabilization feature built into it. If I watch the video and I see a lot of shakes, and I have demonstrated this I can't tell you which show, but we have demonstrated this in the past on one of our Tuesday night shows, that stabilization feature. It does work pretty well. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it can make a lot of the seasickness in a video go away. So it does a pretty good job. You need editing for dummies. Well, then this dummy's here to help you. Anything you need to help. So I'd be more than happy to help you with whatever. I just share everything I don't know. So Everything has sugar in it. That's probably a pretty true statement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure is. Marie says, I need editing for dummier.
For tummy.
Marie, how close are you to St. Paul Lucci? Ben can't find it in his camera options.
Oh. What kind of camera do you have? Let me ask you that first. Because there may not be an option. It may just have it.
Oh, Marie, you're only an hour? That's where my daughter lives. By hook or by crook, I'm going to get down there to visit her this next year, excuse me. Somehow, some way.
So we've had at least
It's a Panasonic Lumix G7. And you, yes, me, of course, and you. I would not leave Florida until we met you and visited and got a hug. I'm going to have to sell my soul to get to all these conferences and do the traveling we want to do. Because I want to go to Canada this next year also.
okay, it's a mirrorless camera.
Should I be shaking now, Marie? I think I have to buy a different lens. Oh, you should have seen the coolest lens that Daryl's son and daughter-in-law gave him for Christmas. They work on his cell phone. Of course you can, Brenda. Where are you going with us to, Brenda? Rosanna, I want to go visit Bev from our half-acre homestead. And from there, I have no idea. I think Wheatree is in Canada. I'd love to meet her and visit, get up with her. Okay, you're home now. Cool. Safe and sound, Rosalie.
Okay, and just glancing at a
Brenda,
couple things
I'm
here.
with you on that one.
The G7 appears.
I'll have Daryl come bush hog in Arkansas. I don't think that's something that sounds like fun to me. We're going to be there in April. You know, Grandma and Grandpa are here. Rusty's boys already call us Nana and Papa. Nana Sherry and Papa Daryl is what they call us.
Well, let me bring this up so you all can share this.
Yeah, well, Brenda, we had Little Mountain Ranch on our live stream, remember? Wasn't too long after all the fires there that we got them on. I hate driving at night also, Rosalie. I'm with you on that one. Rosanna, I honestly don't know. I know that the first trip into Canada will probably be through Detroit. but I also want to get up to somehow figure out a way. I do want to get up into the state of Washington because there's quite a few folks I want to visit up there also. And then if we are up in Washington, you know that Grizz is going to want us to go to Oregon to visit him. And then my sister lives in Southern California. And then I have a niece in, I forget if it's Tucson or Phoenix, somewhere, Arizona.
It looks like it's a little bit tricky to turn stabilization on and off. It has something to do with the lenses, depending upon what lens is on the camera.
That's what he was just saying, that he may have to buy a new lens.
And
oh, Ben has family in Spokane. Oh, that's right, Rosalie. Heidi is up there, isn't she?
yeah, it looks like there is a way to do it, but it also looks like it's dependent upon what lens you have on the camera. It also appears to have something to do with whether or not it's in photo mode or video mode. And if somebody said here that
Okay, Carrie.
if the lens doesn't have a switch on it, then the Panasonic G7 actually has it's on in video mode. It might say it's disabled, but it's actually always on in video mode, according to what somebody wrote here 2 years ago. But Google's our friend. That's all I can say. If I take the word stabilization out of this and just look at the camera.
Oh, they're black and white. How adorable.
What are you looking at? The goats?
The goats. The
goats.
Babies.
I don't know. As far as I know, you're the
Sounds good, Rosanna.
You're the only person I know that's using a Panasonic.
Wheatree, you have a wonderful evening.
So I know very little.
Can't
very
wait
little
to
about
see that video.
But it certainly doesn't hurt just to go into Google and
Hey, Skeeter.
you get some fairly
you were
quick
hiding.
answers. One thing I do want to share with you here, because I did have this up. If you are taking videos with your phone, be it an Android or an iPhone or whatever phone you want, sometimes, even when the phone is held horizontally, you still come up with the 9:16 format rather than the 16:9, as you can see by these two videos up here. Do yourself a favor, if you ever have the video come up in this format. I'll just play a little bit of this here. It's probably hard to see, but this is an overhead view of Sherry's kitchen island that she does a lot of her cooking videos on. The camera is absolutely held horizontal, but it's also held in a somewhat flat position to look down on the island, and because of that, it records in this fashion. Rather than fight your way through, and you could do this, depending upon how long the video clip is. you can go into this video and click at it, turn it, and in Filmora, it will not only turn it the direction you want, but it will also fill the screen. There are some softwares that, okay, you can turn the video, but then it still doesn't fill the screen. You have to stretch it out. Well, Filmora does that automatically for you. Just before you do any editing, turn the video like what I've just done here, so you have that video in the format that you want, that you're going to want to display, and say, okay, and export it. Get it into this format first. Yes, it's an extra step, but it's so much easier, because what happens here is you can go through here and start editing, but then if you want to start zooming into different areas or doing some panning or maybe a few more, I'm not going to say, yeah, a little bit more complex editing functions, typically what happens is it says, okay, I could do this, but I'm going to ignore this being turned. So when you go into those editing functions and you have the little preview window, it goes back to being sideways. It doesn't look right. It gets very confusing. Just take the extra time it takes to drop that video on the timeline, export it, and you will then come out with a video that is in the proper format. And that is what I have done with these. Is it? Yep, this is it. So it's this one and this one. These are the exact same two videos as what you see here. The first one and the second one are the originals. And those are the ones that are in the 9 by 16 format. I've taken this video, I've turned it, just like what I showed you. We brought it down into the timeline. I went into edit it. So I just double clicked on it and I turned the video. And I said, okay, and then I exported it. When I exported it, it produced this video, which is already turned. Now, if you want to do a little bit of light editing, and I certainly would recommend doing this depending upon the situation, what you're starting with. Bring this one in, as I said, go into edit it, turn the video the direction that you want it, and make sure it's the direction you want it. In this particular case, you are looking at the kitchen island from Sherry's viewpoint. She, as you can see, she's standing right here at the bottom of this picture. You may have a reason to do it in this fashion, where you're like standing on the other side of across the counter from Sherry while she's looking at this.
Cat Lover says, Daryl, you've taught me so much with the Filmora videos. Good. Go ahead.
But you may have a reason that you want this angle to look like you're looking across from her, depending upon what she's doing. I've used it both ways. I have also used the side view like this. I've taken it and I've moved it all the way over to the one side and used it to fill in the other video. You say, okay, and just to give you an example of that. Okay, here we have the turned. I'll bring it down to a picture-in-picture. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to slide it over here. And obviously, this is not the case for this particular video, but you can see where you have your full video over here on the right, where she would be explaining one thing or the other. and showing more of a close-up process here on the left. So there may be times when you want to leave it in that fashion. But if you do not want this 6x19 format, and I'm going to say probably 95% of the time you do not want it, just go ahead and create a new video out of it so that it comes out in the turn fashion. Now, I know I said something here earlier. I'm going to go back to it. Come into this video. You say, I don't want this. I'm going to turn it. You go in and you turn it. You say, okay. Another very, very quick thing you can do prior to exporting this video, do a right click on it and just click the auto enhance and see what it looks like. So I'll let it just sit here for a minute. You guys can see what the screen looks like. I'll click the auto enhance. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell the difference on the stream here or not, but it just made everything a little bit crisper in the picture here. It just enhanced it a little bit. And obviously there's other editing that you could do to it. You can go in and manually change the contrast. You can make it black and white. Different color enhancements. You can change the tint, the brightness, the saturation, and of course you can also change the speed. This is not the place where I would recommend changing speed. I would just first get it turned, maybe do a little bit of light changing to make the video nice and crisp, then export it, and then start working with that turned version. Now in this particular case, this video is, it's an hour and 18 minutes long. There's actually more than one video here. So, but it was all done in one setting with, I think, what, 3 different topics? Is that what this was?
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, this is where you went cookie crazy.
Oh, is this last week?
Yes, that we're going to get these put together and uploaded this week. So I think this is the raw footage for 3 or 4 different sets of making cookies. So out of this will be produced 3 or 4 videos. Now that I have it turned in the direction that I want, I'll go through it with the quick cutter, and I'll go through and chop out the different sections. I'm going to cut it into the raw files for each subject and work with those, because obviously they're smaller. You don't want to necessarily work with this size of file. And just to give you an idea what size file this is, that's not what I want. Oops. I think that was this one. It might have been this one. I don't know. This file is almost 6 gig. This other one is almost 3 gig. Those files are extremely large to be editing all at one time. So, I mean, you can do it. It just takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of horsepower in your PC because there's just so much here. But we found it easier that we'll set the cameras up, and Sherry sometimes goes on these binges where she makes more cookies than what we could eat in 2 or 3 months. But obviously, you know, with the holidays and stuff, we take some to the kids, and the grandkids, and so they all get dispersed. But in making the video for this, she just goes into one, and rather than even turn the cameras off, she just cleans off the tables, gets out her new ingredients for the next session, the next batch or whatever, and just rolls on from there. So then when I come through, I'll take this video and I will cut it into pieces and assemble those clips and make them in such a fashion that that's what we'll do with them. Hope that makes sense. Okay. So, what, you're telling them all the different cookies you made? Okay. See, and again, I get into talking about this, and my mind's on what's going on, and Sherry's not talking. She's just over there typing. So, as she's over there typing, I look up, and all of a sudden I'm seeing haystacks, and I'm thinking, we're not talking about farming. What are we doing? So, what internet service do you use? We use Spectrum because we don't have a lot of choice on that. Here at the house, Spectrum is the local television provider, and with their cable internet, that is by far the best bang for the buck that we could have in this location. We are down in a valley.
Down in the valley.
The cell phone service is spotty at best. So the cell phone service is not an option. The only other option we would have would be a DSL. All right. I'll change this back so you guys can see some of the stuff here. This is
Just what I have left.
this is what's left if I don't spill them all over my keyboard. But all of these different kinds of cookies.
Grizz, these are haystacks. Can you see them? I can't.
This is a haystack. Actually, it's wonderful chocolate
And Chinese noodles.
and Chinese noodles. And there's some in here with peanuts in them, and there's just all kinds of goodness in that box. So anyway, whatever you do to build a Tostito on the... Okay, I'm coming into the conversation late. So let me...
There you go, Carrie. Start a GoFundMe page. See, even Christy was singing that song.
Okay, Tony Keller, we use AT&T and get about 20 to 40 megabits. Do I know my speeds? Yes, sir, I do know my speeds. I know what they advertise, and I know what I get. It's nowhere close. But our download speeds are in the neighborhood of, on a good day, it's 50, and it's supposed to be as much as 100. But on a good day, it's 50. I can count on it most any time being 35 to 40, even when it's quote-unquote highly congested. My upload speeds always run right at 10 to 12 megabits per second. So that's... I can produce an acceptable stream at 3. If we are out at a function, like at the gathering, and we're going to do a live stream. If I have 3 or more, and I take a lot of the
Ben has 50 MBS as question mark.
well. Well, 50 megabits per second. Here. I'll just, rather me even tell you or say anything.
He's questioning. He says, no, you all have 50? Tony says it's weird. My upload speed is always triple my download. No, Grizz, I really don't think I have. Hey, Bandana Grandma. How was your Christmas with your family? Isn't a tostado like rolled up something?
Look at this. It's making a liar out of me. This is my download speed, 88.6 megabits per second. And my upload is about 10.
Good, Susie. I'm glad you had a wonderful day.
So my upload is 9.63 and my download is 88.6. And that is being tested against a server which is in Toronto, and we are in North Central Ohio. And not only, of course, not only am I using it, Sherry is on it over here. We have a television on it right now that is...
In the bedroom, yeah.
Yeah, we have a television that's also using it. Our phones are obviously also hooked up to it. So I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 8 or 9 devices connected at this point in time. Now, obviously, most of those are not using a lot, but our phones are connected. We have the television connected, and I believe it is on. Both of our computers here. There's another computer in the bedroom that is also on. But you just saw the test. I can do it again, see where we're at. Doesn't take long. I've not seen it this fast in quite a while. I'm pleased to see this. Matter of fact, it's showing here now 105.7 on the download side. And my upload's going to be just a little bit under 10. So if you go into Task Manager, you can...
Bandana says, did you just show how we can show that download upload speed?
What did she say?
Did you just show how we can show that download upload speed?
Well, yeah, and here's how you do it. I just went into Google and I typed in the words speed space test.
Ben has 0.64 MBS and 0.57 download.
Yeah, that's a little bit on the sparse side. You are flirting with speeds that we had many years ago using a dial-up modem.
AOL
speeds.
When you hear that sound.
Okay, and anyway, the speed test I ran was the first one that came up. It just said run speed test. I could go into a different site here and do a speed test.
And the next sound you heard was, you have mail.
I haven't done this in a while, so this will be interesting. This is the best downloads. And by the way, we are running wireless here. I have a Zeus router connected to my cable modem box. And it's we're going through a couple walls to get there from where I'm at.
9 p.m. and my boss calls to tell me to take everything in the office because she won't be there. What, Marie? Mean she's quitting or what? Yeah, I think when I was a kid, we only had 3 channels also. and I was usually the channel changer. Hee-haw. We didn't watch Hee-haw in my house. It was pretty much Lawrence Welk. And who else? Oh, Red Skelton. Who's the fat guy?
Jackie Gleason?
Jackie Gleason, thank you. Jackie Gleason reminds me of my father.
I don't know how I came up with that.
I don't know
because
either,
you just out of clear blue skies, I heard you say, "Who's the fat guy?"
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, he's talking about me again.
Ben said we had 3 MBS before the ice storm a few weeks ago. There's 50 chickens in the hen house. Hello, welcome. Nate said, slowly gets better here. We have AT&T. The fastest I've ever seen. Ours is 25 down, 18 up.
That's good. If you've got 18
Marie,
up.
what do you do at work that you're now taking care of everything? Yeah, isn't that amazing, Grizz? How now we have all these channels and there's not a darn thing. You can go through them, go down, go back up, and they're still squat. Even at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Sky has
Bandana
243
Grandma, you do
download
not.
and 11.7 up.
Bandana, just open up Google and type in speed test. Generally, the first thing that comes up is a little thing here that says run speed test. You'll find a whole page from different people to do a speed test. And if you find one saying, oh, I need for you to install Flash or something like that, and you don't want to do that, just go to a different one. Just go to a different one. You're not going to have to download anything to get a speed test. Because what it does is it takes a known size file that it sends to you and you send back to them. And that's how it determines the speed. Some are better than others, depending upon what server you're hitting. That can also play a big difference in it. I was very surprised with that first one that we were actually attached to a server in Toronto, Canada, rather than something, I'm going to say closer.
Carrie's getting latency test error?
That is possible.
Oh, okay.
That's absolutely possible. If you notice in latency what they're talking about, this one may not have it. We'll see here in a second. I just can't get over this download speed that we're getting because it's never like this. My upload has gone down considerably for some reason. It's still plenty good to stream though. I'm assuming nobody's having any issues seeing us. Yeah, it's 8.67, so that's fine. It says latency is 32 milliseconds in servers in Toronto. So what that means is if your computer sends a ping or just a small packet to that server, how long does it take to get there? It's a travel time. If I were pinging a server in China, it would take much longer. If you're pinging another machine that's on your same network, it's going to be very, very fast. So if you're having latency issues...
Ben wants you to send 5 his way.
Send 5 your way? You know, if I could do that, I would. Obviously, I know nothing about the area where you're at, Ben. But I can tell you, at least wise in Ohio here, out in some of the more rural areas, there are a number of companies that have set up wireless line-of-sight services. And it costs a little bit of money to get into this because these outfits generally say, okay, well, we're going to supply this, but you're going to have to supply the hardware. So you're looking at maybe getting a good radio receiver. And you do have to have line of sight with this particular type of service, but you can get extremely fast internet speeds. through the air.
Bandana says her download is 2.97, her upload is 0.96.
Okay, right now, Bandana, you would have. We could still do a Skype session with you, but you would find it. I wouldn't recommend even trying to run OBS. You would probably get by with.
Her family
very
has a movie
basics.
streaming. She doesn't know if that's.
Absolutely.
Yep, that'll do it.
Absolutely, because that's taking up some of your overall bandwidth. So, yep, that makes a big difference. When our grandson was staying here this past winter,
Oh lordy! Oh lord! We were at a crawl. Daryl would go downstairs and Sebastian goes, "It's not me." Yeah, it is.
He's a wonderful young man, but he takes things like internet for granted. It's just a service to him that he expects to be there. You know, a college person, and he's learning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's and he does some really neat things, but he's never lived through the days of dial-up modem, of very, very slow speeds.
He's
I mean,
millennial.
I can remember having an acoustic coupler. If anybody knows what that is, you get bonus points from me. But an acoustic coupler is a
Daryl, we're grandparents to most of these people here. Give me a break.
well, I would say Susie maybe would be right in our
Well, yeah, but
ballpark.
unless she's technical like you and I were.
I think Grizz is probably.
Grizz might, yeah. Brenda's is 7.77 upload and 1.09 download. Everybody's doing the test now.
Everybody's testing. Well, anyway, when Sebastian was here, and we were doing the live stream, and all of a sudden, they're starting to buffer, and I'm going, and I'm looking down, and I'm showing I'm not getting the upload speeds that I should be getting. It's driving me crazy. And so I go holler down the steps, Bass, you got to stop what you're doing. You know, and he was maybe playing music, maybe playing games. He's a gamer. And,
Yeah, Sebastian is a gamer.
And I'll tell you what, these games that they have nowadays, those things will suck up the bandwidth in a hurry. So. Mary's vegetable. What?
I knew that was going to get you.
Did I read that right?
You read that right.
Do I say congratulations or I'm sorry? I
Well,
don't know.
Angel, I know she went to a movie earlier, so I don't know if it was just a late movie or what. Sky, does that boost your phone lines? So would boost maybe internet connection? Oh, Brenda's your daughter a gamer?
Okay.
Yeah, see, you got him on that one, Marie. You truly did.
White picket fence. Doesn't that boost your phone lines? Okay, our system has zero to do. We do not have a phone line into the house. The telephone company is not connected to our house in any way, shape, or form. We have cable from the cable TV, which also provides us a phone if we desire. And that's it. We also do not have natural gas. We do not
that's
have
right.
propane.
I forgot about your son, Brenda. Yeah, we don't have gas.
Carrie, that is quite possible. A lot of providers, when they quote you a figure on what you should have, that's based I'm going to say under a best case scenario. And a lot of these services it's kind of like a group service. There may be who knows how many people utilizing the same part of the internet band that you're using. So everybody gets a little bit slower, a little bit slower. You're lucky to have electricity, Carrie. Or maybe it's that Texas mountain stuff. I don't know. I mean, the coupler on the back in the day for that one.
Modem. Start with the modem.
Okay, if you're talking modem, I'm going to say obviously, again, I don't know what anybody's background is here, but when I first started, and I'm going pre-internet, the internet was not available. You could have modems that were 4800 baud, 9600 baud. Then it went to 28.8, and then it went to 56K. And if you got real techie, you could combine 2 or 3 of those and combine the single to achieve better speeds. At one time, I ran a bulletin board service out of my house. It was all DOS based. Again, this was pre-internet. AOL started out as a bulletin board and was pretty much pre-internet. My bulletin board wasn't anywhere near the size of AOL, or else I would probably have a lot more dollars in my pocket. IRC, Internet Relay Chat.
Daryl and I met on Merck, MIRC. Oh, God, I can remember when MTV was too graphic. Yep, I remember those days.
So anyway, in the days of dial-up, the stuff that you see on your screen nowadays, you would not be watching YouTube. It just wouldn't happen. If you wanted to watch a YouTube video, you would have to download the video and watch it locally. You could not stream it. It just wasn't fast enough. Their idea of streaming live was send a picture, and then you would get another picture 10 or 15 seconds later, and then another picture 10 or 15 seconds later. And people, especially the young people today, they just take all this for granted. They've not gone through the back. Of course, I remember black and white TV.
That's what they've been chatting about.
I remember you couldn't get FM radio in your car. It was all AM. I remember 29 cents a gallon gasoline.
Face it, you remember before TV and you had to sit on the floor and listen to the transistor radio.
No, they didn't have transistor. It was tubes. It was a tube radio. And the first transistor radio I ever had was probably, and I remember this because it was orange plastic. It was an AM radio.
No, Grizz, you're going deaf.
It was a transistor radio. It's a volume lower than normal. I don't know, Grizz. I can turn it up a little bit if that helps you. Maybe. Actually, I can go a little further before it starts clipping. So if this is too loud for anybody else, I'll turn it back down. But we want Grizz to be included in this. And I know that working around a sawmill all the time, that could be hard on your ears.
So can doing race cars, dear.
So can doing race cars. Okay, yeah. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention working with all the bands years ago.
Well, that too, yeah.
That was probably worse than the race cars.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember tube TVs? You could take a tube to the store and check it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Every drugstore had a tube tester in it. Every drugstore had a tube tester, and a lot of grocery stores had them.
Walter still has a tube tester.
There are still some things made with vacuum tubes. There are a couple of guitar amp manufacturers that still make today brand new amplifiers with tubes. And I think Bogan also has a commercial amplifier for commercial use that has tubes in it. It gives a sound that a transistor cannot. I don't know how to explain it. It's a fuller sound. Do you realize what time it is? Mm-hmm. I'm getting a nod. So let me ask you this. Is there anybody there? We've not really done a whole lot with the Filmora tonight. I hope you all understood what I was saying about doing this with the, and getting your resolution correct or the orientation correct for your videos. Especially those that use cell phones a lot. We do. We use them a lot. And every now and then, even though that phone is horizontal, if you have it tipped too far, looking up or down, it reverts back into the 6x19 screen area, which of course is the black bar issue, where you see it as such.
Yeah, Marie says, her husband says when he started driving, gas was only 26 cents a gallon. Dang, he's old.
No, I can remember those kind of prices.
See, Marie, I have an old one too.
Okay, if we don't have any more questions, I guess maybe we'll say so long, Gracie, and see you all next week.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Our guest is Andy.
And we're going to do the same thing that we did last night. And folks, if you were here, we had a lot of fun. We had our share of little gotchas and issues and stuff. I am not a big fan of Google Hangouts, but the plus side of Google Hangouts is you can have multiple people join and in the chat. VW Family Farm was...
yeah, I saw that, Sky, where you said that to him.
Very, very nice guest last night. It was a pleasure to have them.
Yeah, he already said on his live stream tonight that they're not having a New Year's Eve show. They're going to be here.
Okay.
He already said that. Sounds good, Susie. That's fine.
Yeah, and Susie, I did see you in the room, but it was another Hangouts thing. And so our previous guests, the links that I sent you, those will not be valid next week. What I will be doing is sending you an invite direct from the room so that you can come into that room. At one time, I think I had 3 different Hangouts going because I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, different Hangouts popped up. Different people were in them. Mapleberry Farm was in one. Bandana was in one. It was silly crazy. And with Hangouts, yeah, you can have multiple Hangouts going, but I can't broadcast multiple Hangouts. I can only do one. So, from a video standpoint, you can only have one Hangout.
Yeah, she says she was trying to push all kinds of buttons and links to find a way in. It's like in one of those mirror funny houses.
And Susie, I was reaching out for you. We just couldn't connect. I could see you out there, but it just didn't work, and I apologize. So we're going to start fresh next Monday night. We're going to start our show. I'm going to open up a Hangout early. We're going to send out invites to anybody that any of our previous guests that wanted to join in. So just check your email. And it should come by email. You should just be able to click on that link and come right into the room, and everything should be hunky-dory. That's what I hope. Well, I remember, and Sherry and I talked about this just very, very briefly the other day. I can remember the McDonald's in Mansfield where you had to park your car, walk up to a window. There was no inside seating, and you had to place your order at the window and take it back to your car. So it almost it reminds me of some of the earlier ice cream stands, or even today's ice cream stands, where they just have service windows in the front. Okay. Folks, say hi to everybody that's in the room. Thank you all for being here. We had a nice little interesting chat here this evening. Yes, I can go back to the screen. There we go. So, nice little interesting chat. It's always a pleasure to sit down and talk with you folks, and just we can kick over old times, especially for us.
Oh, BBF. We had a BBF here.
We had two of them, didn't we?
We had two?
Wasn't there one out
on Fifth Avenue in Columbus? Yeah, Brenda, our Dairy Queen here in town is still like that. We have two Dairy Queens, and they are not braziers. They are just a Dairy Queen. You have to park your car and go up and get your ice cream.
Yeah, but you do go inside the doors to order it.
Right. Not well. The original one was up to the counter.
Yep.
Yeah, small one. Yeah. BBF. Wasn't there one? Bordenberger.
Yeah, Bordenberger.
Wasn't that up the street?
Yeah, it's where that phone repair place is now.
Because after they went out, I think Friendly's went up there.
Friendly's was next door.
Next door.
And they're gone now, too.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey.
They have everything in Columbus now.
Carrie, am I seeing that right? You're at 196 subs. Before we leave here, everybody run over and sub her real quick. Let's get her to 200, and then we'll call it a day.
Here is, if you aren't subscribed to Carrie, right there's her link. Never fear, David Deere is here. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Ours was very nice. We went to Daryl's side of the family, went to Christmas yesterday at his son's house. And this afternoon, my youngest called and invited us to his house. So we had an unexpected, very nice day today.
Excuse me.
Cool, Susie. Didn't you have one of those earlier in the year for one of your giveaways? Cedar thing? I would love to reach 5,000 by the end of the year, but that's Monday, and that'd be over 1,000 subscribers. So
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
it's not going to happen here. Well, bless his heart, David. Thank him for his service.
Okay.
Oh, this is a mop with a sprayer on it. Cool.
Okay, this is semi-Pusa studio style. We have the live count up here on Carrie Hyatt. She is at 197. She just needs 3 more subs to hit 200.
Don't go away. Don't go away, Carrie. Daryl, you stay there because I am... There's one.
She's at 198. I could play like an auctioneer, but I'm not an auctioneer. She needs 2 more.
Just a minute.
Just 2 more.
Should be 200. Is it 200?
It is not flipped yet.
It shows mine. Shows 200.
It now says 200. Carrie Hyatt, congratulations. You are now to the 200 mark. And you all saw it right here on Two Family Homestead. There we go. And I'm just waiting here a minute to see if somebody wants to give her a bonus one.
If I knew Smudge's sign on, oh, I might.
You should know.
Yeah, it's right here.
She's at 201.
There we go.
There we go. Terry, congratulations. We're very pleased that
She should go up another one right now.
that we had a little bit to do with helping you achieve your next step. You're at 202. All right. I don't have any wheels to spin, but I could probably find some music somewhere. I don't know. Well, we got it in the finished thing. So, folks, thank you all for being here. I will bring the Christmas stream up later tonight. We'll leave it run all night. If you all want to just listen to some music in the background. Anything else that you can think of? Mm-mm. We should be getting some cookie videos uploaded this week. And hope to see everybody next Monday night. And then we'll do this all again next Tuesday night.
Did you see David's message to you?
No. Okay. All right. Good. Except, who in the heck is Mr. Darrell?
You. That's what Andy calls you, too. You're Mr. Darrell and I'm Mrs. Cher. And according to Jeremiah, we're Grandma and Grandpa.
Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah. Just wait till I see him the next time. Oh, Grandma and Grandpa him. Oh, and there's Alf. You never had a wrench, Alf.
Oh, my goodness. He's morphing.
He's morphing.
Morphing into Elf.
Sky, we don't have any yet, so we don't have any Patreon people. So.
Right now, I have real mixed feelings about the Patreon. I don't know if you're all aware. Patreon has done some things as of late here that are not. I'm going to say they have not been conducive to good business. So the Patreon was
Elf type something.
The Patreon was up. Folks, I'll tell you what, we're looking for a way to to help recoup a little bit of what we've invested into this.
Yeah, David, Pusa Studios does the same thing. Same thing. They call themselves the Blue Wrench Group. There. Are you happy now, Elf?
Yeah, but even with the Blue Wrench Group, they still have people come in that try to take advantage. Of course, the other part of that trying to take advantage is you've got a large majority of the people in there that's just going to jump on top of you.
Yeah.
The thing is, they can't necessarily do a whole lot because everybody has moderator rights, which puts them kind of all equal.
Yep.
But at least it draws it very quickly to the hosts, and they have the ability to not only remove the wrench, but remove the person,
Yep.
either temporarily or permanently. So, and they've done that to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least was removed from the stream, and maybe tried to have a talk with them later on. We have never had that issue. We've had trolls. We've had some people we've had to
Yep.
that we have timed out.
Yep.
But everybody is welcome here. Even the guy that gives us a thumbs down. We don't understand it. I got a thumbs down on the Christmas music
Yep.
thing. So, but that's okay. They're watching
Yep.
because they couldn't.
Thumbs down is a view.
They couldn't give us a thumbs down if they weren't seeing it. So,
Yep.
that's cool.
Everyone have a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of the week. I'm sure we'll catch you on some other live streams here and there. I'm on Facebook, so I'm over there. And we will be live Monday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, where Andy is our guest. And we're going to have a twofer because he'll be at Dawn's house. So not only will we have Andy, we will have Country Girl.
What gives with the 10 thumbs? We got 10 thumbs down tonight?
I have no idea.
You know, this is the funny thing when, and it's probably because Sherry and I are both in here on the back end, on the administrative side of checking the stream here. So we do not see.
Yeah, I can't see who the thumbs up and thumbs down.
So if we have 10 thumbs down, well, again,
Exactly, Sky. It's a view, you know. Unless you get an exorbitant amount, then YouTube goes in to figure out what's going on, and you make it, you know, a hand slap from YouTube.
you got 20 up that you see.
Well, that's good. That's cool. I think a lot of people, they don't realize that for the content creator, yeah, we need to have a thumbs down appreciation day collab. Grizz, I like that. Is that sort of like why watch Off Grid with Doug and Stacy? Oh, that one worked out so good for you. Yeah, Carrie, I saw her post that. Was it yesterday? She put that on there. I read it to Daryl. I've never seen a bot like that. We have 20 up and 10 down. Well, I hope they were happy.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, looking here in the back end, we've only had a maximum of 20 people in the chat at any one time.
Who knows?
So
Who knows?
maybe because we didn't have a scholarly lesson today.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Grizz, I do like that idea. I think we may need to discuss how that can be done. That would be a riot. David Deer, it was Haywire Homestead, and I think it was yesterday she did a video, and there was a I'd have to go back on Facebook to look at, but it was a bot. That it was like crazy. That video has 15,000 views.
On why he doesn't watch Doug and
And
Stacey.
why he doesn't watch Doug and Stacy. That is too funny.
And I also know this: the more popular that you do become,
The more you're going to get trolled.
the more you're going to get trolled, the more you're going to get thumbs down, the more you're going to
Right.
get rumors started about you. It's just people have nothing better to do.
Sounds good. Sounds good, Grizz.
Laura, well, I'm glad you got to chat, and Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for stopping in. Anything else? I guess we're good. Angie's Pantry. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Miss Angie. Love you, sweetheart. Yeah, David. There's nothing to help with that bot. It was just, it's already in YouTube hands.
And that's scary in itself.
Yeah, really. I hope you had a wonderful day, Angie.
I know that I had the music stream playing last night, and we got a copyright. You were telling me we got a copyright strike on our music already from the stream. Every time I play the music, and half of it is right out of the YouTube
Playlist.
yeah, the YouTube library, and the other half is from a site that I have the rights to use all their songs.
Yeah, Smudge is a bot.
So I go in and
Actually, Smudge can be a butt, too.
you can type Merry in. Just type in Merry Christmas.
Just Merry or Merry Christmas?
If you type in Merry Christmas, it should pick up the word Merry.
Well, we've typed Merry Christmas quite often. He doesn't do anything. Nope. There he is.
See? He answered you.
Okay. He didn't do that for Hanukkah.
I didn't think about it for
Smudge
Hanukkah.
is Jewish.
But he's peaceful with everybody. He's just a lover dog.
God, isn't he, though? He'd hug you and lick you to death, that's for sure.
The only way he would hurt you is to smother you.
God. Or step on your toes. Yeah, he can smother you all right. Good Lord.
I don't know if you all got to see the picture of Smudge when I left the garage door open and he came running in the house. And
Yeah, it was like 3 horses coming up the stairs, and I knew what happened. And I had not only Smudge was on the bed, but Sassy was on the bed.
so,
Hi, dogs. Smudge, can you get your elbow out of my neck?
well, I thought you said it was someplace else.
Well, that too. Gosh. Smudge cussed you out one night.
Angie's Pantry, thank you so much for stopping
Angie,
by.
take care, sweetheart.
All right, folks.
Are you going to make it to Mississippi this year, Angie? Yeah, I need to get my pills. I'm already, my eyelids are closing. Ooh, Elf has a bot program too. Cool. I hope so, Angie. We had such a riot, especially Saturday night at the restaurant. We had a riot.
All right, Walter Davis, I don't think I said hello to you, so I'm saying hello to you right now. Thank you for coming.
Everyone have a wonderful week.
Yes.
We shall see you somewhere on the internet.
And thank you all for being here.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.